Red Hot Gotsy, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe. Red Hot Gotsy, Red Hot Gotsy, Red Hot Gotsy. Alright, so today we got another Cobra Kai. Freak, I messed it up. Okay, Karate Kid 3, that's what I meant to say. I'm doing another little rant review kind of thing, just for fun, just for kicks. Basically just going to be talking about the movie, going over the characters. That's mainly what I did in the previous two. I did Karate Kid 1 and Karate Kid 2. If you haven't seen those videos, please check them out before you see this one. Try to make them as entertaining as possible, and yeah, let's get into it with not waste time. Also, comment, subscribe, like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, and comment what you think. So yeah, basically, I guess we'll get into Daniel first. He's the main character and all. Daniel was basically annoying as heck in this movie. He was so annoying because, like, my whole thing is Daniel is usually kind of like, he's a hothead, and he kind of has that mixture between he can be calm and more peaceful, and he could be really angry, impulsive and stuff like that. And that's really one of the things that annoyed me about him. But it's also kind of interesting. He's a Miyagi student. He's taught about balance by Miyagi and stuff like that, but he kind of is battling with his internal struggles, which is interesting. That honestly is interesting. And even when he comes across Terry Silver, he kind of is challenged by that in a way, and that's why I like Terry. But we're gonna get into Terry later on. But Daniel himself was just annoying in how he did everything, and how he disrespected Miyagi himself. And I always made these jokes in the other videos about how I always say Miyagi's can't be judged like basically at all. He's perfect. He's Miyagi. So like it kind of is just like, I don't understand. I didn't even understand his critiques about Miyagi somewhat. It's like, I get Miyagi, didn't want him to compete in the tournaments and stuff like that, but he was trying to protect him more so. And he almost lost the first one in the first Karate Kid. So now it's kind of like Daniel's on this ego trip, and he kind of needs to be taken off his pedestal. He kind of was in the last fight, the final battle, when he went up against Mike. But again, we're gonna get into him later. But it's like, I really think his ego got the best of him. It got the best of him in this movie, and I think it would have been better if it didn't. But maybe if it was done in a better way, because the idea itself is not bad, especially given with his character. I just didn't like the disrespect of Miyagi, what I mean, and knowing how much of a legend he is now that Cobra Kai is out, the actual Cobra Kai, not what I freaking said this was. Jesus. I think, he really has like a place in this universe. He's like a presence. So when you disrespect that, it's kind of like, it's messed up. That's why, Kreese is such a good villain, because, constantly disrespecting Miyagi and stuff, and, the presence of him. Kreese embodies the presence of Cobra Kai, and, that's what I really like about him. That's what I like about him in this movie as well. Which I guess I'll get into Kreese now, because I basically said everything I needed to about Daniel. Also, he's Daniel's weak as heck in this movie too, especially towards the end. But yeah, I'll get into that when I talk about Mike. When it comes to Kreese, I'm not gonna talk too much about Kreese. I just think he was pretty interesting. His the continuation of his character, him coming back just to kind of vent to Terry a little bit. Terry helped him out with the dojos and stuff, and they just talked, and basically or he wanted to help him out, and basically Terry is just basically in control of everything, helping Kreese really get back on his feet after what he did to Johnny. And I'm glad they actually showed Kreese in basically every single movie. What I mean, I didn't realize that before I watched the movies that he was actually in the beginning of Karate Kid 2. So you saw him almost kill Johnny basically. His friends tried to stop it, but they couldn't. And then Miyagi had to step in, showing that Kreese really is an a-hole. What I mean, he doesn't really care about his students. At the end of the day, he's pure evil. So it's like, at least now he is. So you know, seeing him return is definitely, you know, a presence uh, that's worthy of a fight from Miyagi. You know what I mean? And Daniel's, you know, there to help with that. Uh, so yeah, that's basically all I have to say about it. You know, I think his relationship with Terry was very interesting, and uh, I'm pleased to see what's gonna happen next. You know, and in Cobra Kai. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna talk about that in another video. So I guess I'll talk about Jessica. Actually, I'm gonna get Jessica out of the way now. Jessica, I think her name is Jessica, the love interest of this movie. I think honestly, she's not the best. I don't hate her, but I just think it gets repetitive. Honestly, I expected at least one of the love interests, like maybe Komiko, who's my favorite, and I think she fit the best when it comes to these type of movies. She was in Okinawa. Okinawa was very special to Miyagi, and Daniel got to see that. He got to see more of Miyagi's past, and Komiko is just very, you know, she has a great spirit to her. You know what I mean? They're very much like Miyagi. She has a spirit to her. So it's like I'm just annoyed that we didn't stick with one love interest at least for 2 movies, and you know Jessica is just kind of like not interesting enough to really not carry the movie, but carry the weight that the other two did. Ali, you know, still has a huge effect even in Cobra Kai like now, and Komiko as well. You know what I mean? Uh, and she was my favorite. So not everyone's favorite, but yeah, she was good. I just and honestly, sadly, I would say Jessica's the worst. So that's all I have to say about her. She's just, you know, pretty painfully average or even below. So I guess we'll talk about Terry now. You know, Terry freaking Silver. Now, Terry, he's a crazy mother freaker. Now, I like Terry. I love Terry. Honestly, I love him. Before, I was like, I didn't know too much about him, and I wasn't really sure what he was about. Really, I wasn't sure like what was his skill level like how crazy was he? What was his motivations? What was his goals in life? But now that I see everything kind of come into play, I'm really excited for the new season of Cobra Kai. Cause like this dude is a crazy motherfucker. Like I already said, like he had this whole elaborate plan to basically just put the hurt on Daniel. You know what I mean? In the end, and the type of manipulation, like skill level he has to really like take him away from Miyagi. You know, try to be sort of his pseudo sensei. It just like it was beautiful. I love it. I love villains like this. You know, they're one step ahead. They're like always planning stuff out. They're just very calculative. That's not a word at all. But yeah, like I like villains like this. You know, I don't know how else to put it. You know, always one step ahead, I guess. And you know he really planned things out. He's crazy. He's way crazier than even Kreese, honestly, in my opinion. That's why I'm really excited to see him. Because I thought Kreese was the worst of it, but I guess I was wrong. I was way wrong. So yeah, you know, I'm really glad to see that he's in this. I was supposed to be roasting this. I was supposed to be making a rant. I haven't really ranted too much in this one, but yeah, I think um his plan was a bit strained, especially like the execution. You know, I was kind of confused on how the points were really gained, and he like lost the points, gained the points. It was just like that was a bit confusing, especially how Daniel won in like one move. But I guess I don't know. I'll probably explain that in another video. But it was just kind of strange, and it wasn't explained that well. But yeah, I like Terry as a whole. Honestly, he's cool, and I'm excited for season 4 of Cobra Kai. Now, when it comes to Mike, Mike is a monster. He's crazy. He's ridiculous. Uh, he's all types of crap, and honestly, I like him as a villain. More like a secondary villain, and I just like the hurt that he put on Daniel. Like he beat the crap out of Daniel in that last fight, and I honestly think, no one, honestly, oh my god. Honestly, that was the worst beatdown Daniel has ever gotten, and it's just like it was to this guy Mike, who's just as crazy as freaking Terry, like when he wants to be, and he was destroying Daniel throughout the entire movie. He even snapped Miyagi's tree. That pissed me off. Like this dude pisses me off more than Chosen. Like I already said, like there's one dude who pisses me off more than Chosen, and it's this motherfreaker Mike Barnes. Like he's ridiculous, bro. And it's all because he basically, I kind of forget, but I think he basically wanted to just defeat Daniel in the tournament and show off his prowess and become even better karate champ. And he used Terry to kind of do that in a way. Well, Terry was using him. He just thought he was using Terry. Freaking Terry, bro. I love him. So yeah, I think he was a very formidable opponent. I'm glad we kind of got that type of action. For one of these movies where he's just destroying. Now, to a certain extent, it kind of got like ridiculous how this man is just so good compared to Daniel, who's just destroying Daniel, and Daniel somehow just wins these. I'm gonna get into that in another video. I already kind of talked about it in my first Karate Kid 1 rant and review, but I just don't like how Daniel just wins in like one move against these people. It's like, bro, it's just so unrealistic. It's like, I just wish they would add more to it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's down to the wire and stuff like that, and it's cool and all, but it's just like, I wish they had more to it, because this man, Mike, he deserved to win. This man was, oh my god, he followed Terry's plan to a freaking T, bro. And Daniel just clutched it, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is, but yeah, I was really interested in, in his character and all, and yeah, it's basically Karate Kid 3 in a nutshell. I enjoyed it, maybe not as much as Karate Kid 2 or even 1 in some portions to some extent, but honestly I liked it, and let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about the whole like little series trilogy. I'm gonna add more Karate Kid related movies, videos and stuff like that. I'm also going to be adding more, so Marvel, Cobra Kai, and some DC stuff. I haven't really been doing DC like that, so I'm gonna talk about Suicide Squad and all types of stuff. So yeah, Red Agati, comment, subscribe, like. You want to see more content, and yeah, peace.
No way, Jose.
Red Agati, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe, like, come subscribe.